Hey y'all! Oh my god, it has been a minute. Welcome back to the D Space. It's your girl Shani Marie, and I'm back with a new episode. I know that I have been gone for a minute, and I'm always saying I'm coming with a next episode. I gotta be real, I'm human, and I have my ups and my downs, and I've been on this journey of just finding myself and, finding God, especially. So I know it's been a while. I think the last time I probably did one was, I can't even remember. Like, I'm not even going to touch the date because I feel ashamed. But at the same time, I'm very excited to be back and to be given episode after episode because I'm in a new space. I'm in a new space, and I have to thank God for that 100%. God is the core of everything. But I do want to say thank you for everybody that has been subscribing to my channel lately. Honestly, I am so grateful for the amount of subscribers that I have gained. To me, even a small gain is still a win. So you have to be grateful for what you have and what you're getting. And I do appreciate the new listeners that have been watching and listening to my podcast. I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And most importantly, thank you, God. But yeah, I just want to touch base on where I've been. And I hope everybody that's watching is doing well and that you guys are well off and great and healthy and full of love and light, because I know that I am. So I just want to embrace that, and I want to be able to spread some of that love and that light to you guys as well. So once again, thank you for watching, and yeah, let's get into this new episode, finding myself and finding God. So I just want to say it all started last year. I did find God. God started to really touch base into me, and I started to see that everybody was finding God, especially on TikTok and on social media. And I'm like, I already knew that I had a calling, and I had to be that person that God wanted to use. Like, he needed to use me. And I fought with that for so many years. I fought against it. I battled left, right, and center. And every time that I got closer to God, the devil tried to come after me a little bit harder. And I got scared. I'm going to be honest. I got scared, and I sat back to myself and I said, I don't want to have to keep running because of the devil keeps trying to chase me. I just want to be fully wrapped into God right now and just give myself time. I was always told, Shan, maybe you got to stay alone. You got to be alone for once. You just have to be to yourself. And I was afraid to be alone. I have to be honest. I'm a single mother, raising two beautiful children. I got a 14-year-old and I got a 3.5-year-old. And I just, as much as I have them with me, I still felt like I was missing something, like I was empty. So I was chasing the love of a man instead of chasing the love of God. And just sitting with God and just realizing that God was really the center of me was the craziest thing. I remember one day I was sitting down and I decided to pick up my Bible at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I just said, you know what, maybe I'm going to read. And my Holy Spirit led me to this moment to read what I had to read. And at this moment, I realized what Yahweh meant in me. For me, I don't know if this is for anybody else, but for me in this moment, when I took a deep breath in and just hearing that whisper of Yahweh in my ears, I literally sat back to myself and I said, wait a minute, God is us. God is our breath. God is real. And I had this big epiphany and I was like, oh my God, God is so serious. And I was just so excited to share that with people around me. And as the year was going on, I realized to myself, like, no, something's still missing. Maybe I need to go to church. So I started to go to church, and I still felt empty because I realized and I learned something from a pastor that I follow. I have there's a few pastors that I sit down and follow, but one of them specifically was online, and his name is Pastor Philip Mitchell. Shout out to him, because honestly, he's one of the people in my life that really changed me and shifted me. And he said, stop playing church, stay into your word. And I still battled with that. Like, I understood it, and I knew that I had to read more, and I need to understand and study my Bible. And every time I'd get all these different books, these self-help books, these books teaching me how to pray and how to do this and how to do that. But I still felt like I was stuck and like I was trapped, and I couldn't understand why. So, I was still partying, I was still drinking, and I said this all over my TikTok, that one day I got a testimony of God, and God pretty much told me that I need to stop drinking. And when I got that vision and that clarity from him, I was like, nah, okay, cold turkey, done. And that was, I believe, last year, September. The whole summer, obviously, we drink, we have fun, we go out, we party. And, some people would say that that's living in sin, and you're just getting drunk, getting smashed. And one day specifically, I was supposed to go back over to my family's house, and they're like, yo, Shanna, are you going to come over? And I say, I'll come over tomorrow. We'll have dinner or whatever. And in this moment, I was thinking in the back of my head, I'm like, I'll probably have like a glass of wine, because I was slowly trying to ease the liquor away from myself. And at this moment, I'm thinking to myself, like, maybe I need to stop drinking, but maybe a glass of wine or two won't hurt me, right? At this moment, I said, okay, I'm gonna come over tomorrow. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have some food. We'll dance. We'll drink. We'll have a great time. We'll be merry. Great. I was wrong. I was damn well wrong. I'll tell you that. So what happened for me was the next day, or actually, no, let's rewind that. I was going to bed at night. And I was like, okay, I remember talking to God. I was like, God, is it okay if I just have one more drink? Just one more. It won't hurt me. And it's just wine. And in my head, I was being ignorant and saying, well, the Bible said that you could still drink wine, right? Just don't get drunk. So in this moment, I'm just like, I could, But one thing I learned in this moment is that you can't play with God. You can't, what's the word I'm going for? You can't sit down and try to reason with God. It ain't gonna work. No matter what you try to do, it is not gonna work. He's gonna look at you like a fool and laugh at you and say, you thought. So that night, I went to sleep. I woke back up the next day and I opened up my Instagram. And this is where it got crazy for me. I opened up my Instagram to my nephew's Instagram DM. And in this DM, what I seen was 2 different posts that he sent me. And one was like some like joking stuff. Like it was some foolishness he was sending me. And then the other one was a clip of Kanye West at a podcast. And he was talking about how, liquor is a demon and you have to be careful. And he's like, especially Hennessy's the worst out of them. And if you really think about it, like in this one, when I'm watching this, I was like, yeah, okay, it is true. I haven't drank Hennessy in years. I'm just drinking rum and tequila and wine, thinking that that's going to be justifying everything and I'm good. But when I thought about it, I was like, yeah, whenever I drank Hennessy, I became the ugliest person of myself, the ugliest version. And I realized I was dealing with a lot of demons at that time. So I sat down to myself and I said, okay, what does this have to do with me? What is he sending me this for? Maybe he's sending me this because, he knows I used to drink Hennessy. And I've been saying low key that, alcohol is a demonic thing. And so I messaged him back. No, I didn't message him. I sent this to 4 people. I sent this to one of my friends, my sister, my niece, and I forgot somebody else. It was 4 people I sent it to. And when I went back to go to the post, I seen that it was a foolish post that my nephew probably would have sent me. So I was like, oh shoot, let me unsend this quick. I unsent it because I was like, why? They're going to probably wonder, why am I sending them this foolishness? And then I went back to my message from my nephew, and I called my nephew and I said, actually, no, what happened? I called my nephew and I said to him, I said, I told you that alcohol is a demon. I've been saying this. And I was so excited and so ecstatic. I was like, yes, I told you. I'm like, now you're finally seeing this. And he turned to me and he goes, Shan, I didn't send you anything about Kanye West. I didn't send you nothing about no alcohol and no demons. I'll tell you that. I sent you 2 like funny posts so that we can laugh. At this point, I went back to the post to see in the DM, like, where's the Kanye post? And that's when I ended up seeing two random funny posts. And I was like, where's the Kanye post? At that moment, I felt it in my whole entire spirit. I was like, oh my gosh, this is God talking to me 100%. And because what are you talking about? I'm like, the night before I asked God if it's okay for me to sit down and take one more drink. And this was his justification and him verifying that I should not touch any more liquor because I know what it does to me. It is a demon. And all this work that I worked on, finding God and praying and tears and the depression and the stress, because nobody talks about when you find God, what happens to you. Nobody talks about how much battle you have to go through. Nobody talks about the struggle that you have to fight. Man, the devil tries to play when you find God. But in this moment, I got down on my knees and I prayed and I prayed so hard. And I said, thank you, God, for showing me once again. So in this moment, I didn't drink. I just cold turkey cut it off. I said, done. We're over this. And at this point, it was like, almost like 10 months that I haven't touched any alcohol, and I felt different. My skin looked better. My eyes weren't as sunk in and dark. I was full of life. A lot of people that were coming up to me kept telling me that I have a light around me and that, you know, I've changed and something is different. And I like, in the back of my head, I'm like, yeah, I know why. Because, you know, I stopped indulging in all the nonsense. I don't smoke. I haven't smoked in years. I haven't drank in 10 months. I'm good to go. But you know, I went on vacation and I decided to, you know, I kind of got a little distracted and I said, you know, I'm going to at least drink on vacation. Let's just do that. And even the first drink, I never forget this. I had to drink. No, I didn't have to, but I chose to drink a Red Stripe and a Sorrow Red Stripe in Jamaica. And as I'm pouring the bottle to my face and tilting it, my hand is literally shaking the whole entire time, and I'm like, oh my God. And I remember like my niece and cousins are like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm good, man, I'm good. And my niece turns to me and goes, remember, you don't have to drink. And I'm like, I know, but you know, I want to try. I want to see if I can control it and I can know my limit. And I was kind of testing myself, and yeah, I had my fun time and everything was great, but I still felt like I messed up. Like, that's how it felt. It felt like I messed up and I was doing something that I wasn't supposed to do, and I'm just going against my father. And I'm like, God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Like, I came home and I repent. Like, I felt like crap. And then, you know, like in the midst of this, like I just kept fighting myself. And then this summer again, I went back to the drinking. Like, I went back to the drinking because I went on vacation again. And I'm like, okay, I'm getting lit this time. I'm drinking a little bit more. But you see what happened this time around when I went on vacation again. I feel like the devil said, all right, you thought you can play. Let's make it harder for you. So I decided to drink again. And it got ugly. And I felt like crap. And you see, this month I've been fighting with myself because I said, you know, that's not what I want. And I've been feeling like I need to release and I need to shed a lot of things I've been going through in this past year. Things I've been going through in this past amount of time that I even haven't recorded another episode. And I just had to be real with you guys and tell you that, like, it is really hard sometimes to really stay in your word and stay in God. But God whispered to me a lot of times, man, be still and know that I am God. He literally repeated that in me so many times because I'm so used to being on the go that I forgot how to slow down and take my time in things. And I learned to myself in these time frames that if I just slow down and take my time and have slow mornings and talk to God first thing in the morning, like, there's one thing that, you know, people pray, and I prayed but didn't pray hard enough. And I prayed, but not with full intentions. And I prayed and just said, okay, I figured out something like, okay, God, I prayed about it. Now fix it for me. No. I prayed about something, God. Now make it happen. No. You literally have to stick in your word. You literally have to stick by God, and as God is staying beside you. Just like that saying that they say when a girl goes, "Oh, that's your man? Yeah, I'm gonna stick beside him." That's the same energy that you need to give what you need to give God. That's the same energy. Like a lot of times as women, we give all of our energy to a man and we forget ourselves. And we'll stick beside him no matter all the bull crap they do to us, no matter how many disrespects we take, no matter how much backlash we get, or a lot of, there could be verbal abuse, physical abuse, mentally abuse, all these different types of things that we take from men, the cheating, the lying. I'm not saying that women are perfect. We are not perfect, and we do the same as you guys sometimes, but that same energy that you have for that dude that's going to make you feel like crap is the same energy that you need to keep for yourself with God. So I'm on a journey right now of really just learning to be alone. And it took me in the time frame that I am right now to really sit and be alone with God. Because as he's told me numerous of times, be still and know that I am God. And another thing that I know is with God, anything is possible. But with man is, what do you get out of that? Nothing's possible. So you always have to remember to yourself why you came into this earth and what assignment that God had to set for you, and realize that to yourself, that the different people that come in and out of your life, the way how I looked at it, I said the different people that come into your life, they are just different souls that are here to teach you a lesson. And when I really sat back, I'm like, wait a minute, that's a good one. I'm like, what people are souls that come into your life to teach you a lesson. They are temporary souls that come into your life to teach you a lesson. And honestly, that is like the greatest thing that I probably could have told myself. That is the greatest thing that God could have probably whispered to me and made me say it out loud. And I've been sharing this quote with people that I love, people that I see that are falling apart. And because I was falling apart, like 1 minute I'm on a roller coaster. I'm telling you, man. I'm saying 1 minute I'm here, another minute I'm there. 1 minute I'm over there getting distracted, another minute I'm trying to be faithful and full with God. Another minute, I'm just like, I don't know what I want to do. And then I'm in the middle. I'm in a stance. And I don't know what I really want. But I just know that I'm put on this earth to do what I'm supposed to do. And in this time frame, I've been in my word. I've been in my gospel. The only thing that I really, really got to focus on is the center of God, being the center of God, and letting God work through me. Letting God allow me to do what he intended for me to do. So that is what I'm on. But in the midst of all of this, all this wildness that I've been going through in these past months, and trying to find myself and know what I really want for me, and know who I am as an individual, who God put me on this earth to be, in which I'm realizing it. But one thing I had to do is set a goal for myself. I'm like, I want to see who I'm going to be in a year. I want to see what God has in store for me within a year. Just dedication and full focus on this beautiful, beautiful person, my father, that has literally taken me in and gave me life. And so that I'm grateful. And in the midst of all of the chaos and my brain scrambling and the tears and the depression and the stress and the happiness and the joy and the fighting and the battles, I've been writing a book, guys. I've been writing a book, and my book is coming out. It should be out by September 1st. It's my baby, and I finally did it. And I've been always wanting to write my whole entire life. I've always been a poet. I've always been into my writing, and I finally got my writer's block because of God. And God is so great, and God is so good. So I say to anybody, anytime that you ever feel like you are stuck and you are trapped, you got to literally stick with God, and you pray until you can't pray anymore, because God is the one that will sit down and change your life 100%. You just have to give yourself to him. You have to surrender. And I did. And I wrote my book, and September 1st, it will be out. Pause and Prosper, The Strength of Slowing Down, by me, Shani Marie. And I'm just excited for you guys to read it and see what it's about, and see that It is okay to slow down and take your time as a single parent, even as just a single person or whatever you are. If you're married, this book is to sit down and teach you guys the journeys that I went on and just taking my time and slowing down with God and trying to build my business and become an entrepreneur. And even the ones that are working the 9 to 5 and knows that they have so much deep down inside to offer, but they feel stuck. Like, this is the book that I have made for you guys to sit down and to understand that don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. Never, ever, ever give up. Because as I said, with God, everything is possible. And stay in your word, man, because he will literally guide you through everything. And I just know that this is my journey and this is where I need to be. And I just want you guys to come on this journey with me and to be there with me and watch the process, the trials, the tribulations, the ups, the downs. Like, I just want to be raw and real with you guys, because this is why I created the deep space. I created the deep space to be raw and vulnerable and real in life, because a lot of people don't talk about the problems that they're going through. A lot of people are afraid to tell people what they go through because there are a lot of demonic things in this world. And there's a lot of people that have bad spirits and that are bad minded, and they will shit on you. Long story short. But this journey is a journey that I want to be on, and I know that this is going to be great, and I want you guys to be a part of it, and I want you guys to keep watching and seeing where I came from and how I got to where I got to right now, and where I'm going to even be in the next few months, in the next year, in the next 5 years. Like, I want you guys to see that with me and be there with me, and I want to be able to touch young women, that make them understand that it is okay. It is okay, honey. Man, just finding God, I realized like who I am, and I know I'm here to heal, and I know I'm here to speak, and I know I'm here to teach people, especially the young ones, that they are okay, and it's okay to feel pain, but you got to come over that or get over that. It is okay to go through what you went through, but you have to let go and let God. Like, you really have to let go and let God and just be yourself. So I thank you all for listening and tuning into this episode. And I just hope that you get something from this. Because that was a testimony that I love and I appreciate for God for showing me. So I just want you guys to continue to tap in, and pay attention. Because I know for sure I have some gems. There are some gems that I have to give you guys. And once again, thank you for watching. Thank you for always supporting me. Thank you for the ones that are supporting me. And as I said, even if it's a little goes a long way. And even if it's not a lot, you always have to take every small win as a big win. You have to be appreciative of what you have. It's so truly important. But thank you for watching this episode. Thank you for tuning in and listening to my words of wisdom. Thank you for encouraging me to keep going. I appreciate everybody. But once again, if you know somebody that needed to hear this, if you know somebody that is struggling with wanting to stop drinking, stop smoking, stop an addiction, stop something, show them this and show them that I'm a living testimony of it. And God is so great and God is so good. And I can't do this without God. So if you know there's somebody, share this. Give them that word of wisdom that I have given you. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and continue to tune in, because I have so much more to offer. But thank you once again for watching, and God bless you guys. Peace.